Interesting dog breed facts about the Alpine Dachsbracke. The dachshund has been around for hundreds of years, and it is still popular today. They can be found all over the world, including Australia, Canada, China, Europe, and North America. These dogs were originally bred to hunt rabbits, but they now serve many other purposes such as hunting and guarding. Their long ears allow them to hear sounds that others cannot. When you look into their eyes, you will notice how intelligent they are because of the way they stare back. There is no better friend for people than a dachshund because they always stick by their owners even if times get rough. The German name of the breed means little hound in English. They come in several different colors: white, brown, black, red, or any combination thereof. Dogs are social animals. And while this might not seem obvious at first glance, having friends to talk to makes life much more enjoyable. This applies to humans and dogs alike. In addition to being friendly, the dachshund is also playful. What is the Alpine Dachsbracke? When you're pregnant, you might be worried that you won't have enough energy to keep up with your daily routine. If you want to avoid feeling tired all the time, then you should try to eat a healthy diet while you're pregnant. This video explains why this is important. You need to make sure that you get plenty of protein in order to feel full and energized throughout the day. You also need to focus on eating foods high in iron and calcium, such as lean red meat and dairy products. If you don't take care of yourself, then you could end up suffering from anemia. Anemia is a condition where you lack sufficient amounts of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin helps to carry oxygen around your body. When you become anemic, you can't use your energy efficiently, and you may start to feel exhausted. Another thing that you'll notice is that you'll find it hard to concentrate. This is because you're not getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep causes a decrease in the amount of serotonin in your brain. Serotonin plays a role in regulating mood. Therefore, when you aren't sleeping properly, you can suffer from depression. What is the origin of the Alpine Dachsbracke? A dachshund is a breed of dog that originated in Germany. Although the name dachshund means badger hound, the dogs were originally bred to hunt badgers. Today, the dachshund is used for hunting and herding. The German word for this type of dog is Dachsbracke. This term comes from the old High German words Dach and Bracke, meaning bacon and hare. Thus, the name refers to a hare hunting dog. In the United States, most people know the dachshund for its small size, long legs, and large head. However, these characteristics are not unique to the dachshund. There are many other breeds of dog with similar traits. Dogs that look like the dachshund include the Pekingese, the bulldog, the pug, the chihuahua, the Bichon Frise, and the Shih Tzu. The first written record of a dachshund was made in 1581 by Martin Luther. In his book, he described how it resembled a foxhound. What are the different types of Alpine Dachsbracke? There is no doubt that dachshunds have a certain charm. Their short legs, their curly tails, and their adorable personalities make them very popular pets. If you want to know more about the different kinds of Alpine Dachsbracke, then keep watching. The first type of Alpine Dachsbracke is the classic dachshund. This breed comes from Germany and was originally bred to be used in hunting. Today, these dogs are still considered excellent hunters and are known to retrieve game such as birds, rabbits, and small animals. Next, there is the hound type Alpine Dachsbracke. Like the other breeds of dachshund, this dog is also a working animal. However, unlike the traditional German dachshund, the hound type Alpine is larger than its counterparts. The main difference between the two types of Alpine Dachsbracke is that the standard is usually smaller and lighter in weight than the hound. Finally, there is the Chihuahua type Alpine. These little dogs come from Mexico. They are similar to the hound types, but they are much shorter. They are good for apartment living because of their size. What are the differences between the different types of Alpine Dachsbracke? If you're looking to buy an Alpine Dachsbracke, then you should know that there are a few differences between them. For example, you'll notice that the price differs from one type to another. The most expensive models will cost more than $1,000. You might also want to consider how many times you plan on using your braque. If you don't use it very often, then it's likely that you won't need to replace it for a long time. However, if you're planning on hiking in the mountains all the time, then you might want to invest in a high-quality model. Another thing that you should take into consideration is whether or not you have any allergies. You may be able to get away with purchasing an inexpensive model, but you could end up suffering from an allergic reaction if you do so. There are 3 main types of Alpine Dachsbracke. Each of these types comes in a wide variety of sizes and prices. The first type of Alpine Dachsbracke is the lightweight version. This particular model weighs around 2 pounds, which makes it easy to carry along. However, you can expect to pay about $200 for this type of bracke. What are the popular dog breeds in Germany? Dogs have always been a part of German culture. And while most of the dogs that live in Germany today were originally bred for hunting, many of them now serve as pets. So how did this change come to be? In the past, Germans used to keep their dogs in kennels. However, in the mid-1800s, dog owners began to take notice of the health benefits of keeping a pet at home. As a result, more and more people started adopting dogs from shelters. Today, there are hundreds of different breeds living all across Germany. Here is a list of the top 10 popular German dog breeds. 1. Alpenhund. The Alpenhund is a very small breed that originated in Switzerland. They can weigh less than 20 pounds, and they usually measure between 12 to 16 inches tall. 2. American Bulldog. This is one of the oldest breeds that still exist. In fact, it was first developed in the United States in the 19th century. 3. Boxer. Boxers are often considered to be a working breed, but they're also known for being friendly, loving, and loyal. 4. Bolognese. These dogs are similar in appearance to the Italian Mastiff. What is the average lifespan of the Alpine Dachsbracke? Have you ever wondered how long your Dachshund Bracke will live? If you have, then you might be interested in learning more about the average lifespan of the Alpine Dachsbracke. When a dog gets old, he starts to lose his sight and hearing. This means that he won't be able to enjoy himself as much. He'll also start to get weaker and slower. The good news is that most dogs can still live for 10 years or longer. If you want to know the average lifespan of the Alpine Dachsbracke, then you should keep reading. Here's what you need to know. The first thing that you need to understand is that there are 2 different types of Dachshund Brackes. You can find them in either the Alpine or the standard type. Each one has its own characteristics and benefits. The Alpine type is the larger version of the breed, with a height of about 15 inches. They weigh around 30 pounds, making them slightly heavier than other breeds. They're very friendly, affectionate, and playful. They love to run, jump, play fetch, and tug-of-war. What is the typical height of the Alpine Dachsbracke? In the Alps, you will find many different kinds of bracken. The most common type of Alpine Dachsbracke is the Alpenkraut. This particular plant grows very high, reaching heights of up to 30 meters, 100 feet. Another kind of alpine bracken is the mountain sorrel. This species can grow to a height of around 10 to 20 centimeters. Yet another example of an alpine bracken is the dwarf bracken. Although this plant can reach a maximum height of 5 m, it usually does not exceed 1 meter in size. The typical height of the alpine bracken is somewhere between 15 and 20 centimeters. You should know that these plants are found all over the Alps. However, they tend to be more common near streams or rivers. You'll also find them on meadows or pastures. If you want to learn more about training alpine brackens, then you may want to check out some of the links below. How many Alpine Dachsbracke live in Germany? In the Alpine region of Germany, you will find many Alpine Dachsbracke. However, How can you tell them apart from other animals? This video explains the differences between these different types of birds. There are two main species of Alpine Dachsbracke that you can find in the Alps. The first one is the Alpine chough. It's a bird with long legs and short wings. Its plumage consists of grayish-brown feathers. Another type of Alpine Dachsbracke is the mountain cuckoo. This bird looks similar to the Alpine chough, but it has a shorter tail and longer beak. You will also find some small mammals in the mountains. One example is the marmot. Marmots are very sociable creatures, so you can expect to see lots of them around your campsite. If you want to know more about the Alpine Dachsbracke, then you should like this video. It will help you understand why they look like that. Alpine Dachsbracke. And how many Alpine Bracke live in Germany? What is the most popular color of the Alpine Bracke? Many people have the idea that Alpine Braccas look like a giant bird. This isn't entirely true. The truth is that most of them look more like a large, fluffy squirrel. And while these birds aren't really dangerous, they can be very annoying. In fact, many homeowners don't want to keep an Alpine Dachsbracke in their yard. Why? Because they believe that the animals are noisy, and they also create a mess. However, this doesn't mean that you need to get rid of your Alpine Bracke. There are plenty of ways that you can make sure that you're getting the best value for your money. The first thing that you should do is to make sure that you're keeping your home clean. You shouldn't let any piles of leaves or pine needles accumulate in your yard. If you leave it there, then the squirrel will eventually build a nest out of all of those materials. You should also try to keep the grass short. That way, the animal will be able to hide in the tall blades of grass. Don't forget to check out the links in the description